This is David Ducker coming back at you, and today we're going to be showing you how to make characters for the Call of Cthulhu, or Cthulhu, as some of you may know him. 6th edition, not 7, but 6. So I'm going to break it down for you so you can make a character without talking to me. You can just watch this video and make your character. That way I don't have to talk to anyone. I can be antisocial. I love that idea. So start out with a blank sheet of paper or a blank Word document. We're going to make this down the line, quick and easy. You can get a character sheet if you want. You don't need one. So that's the first thing. Paper, pencil, word processor, whatever it is. Second thing, think of your character. Who are you making? What do you want to be? Call of Cthulhu does not do well, in my opinion, with looking at the rules and then making a character based on rules. It's mostly point buy. It's got some random elements, but it does well with having someone in mind and then statting them, and it goes really fast. Okay, so that's the idea in mind that I'm going to be operating from. Okay, so take your piece of paper. You need now 3 6-sided dice, D6s, 3 of them. Okay, I want you to write strength, STR, roll 3d6, mark down your result. Next, constitution, CON, roll 3d6, mark down the result. Next, power, POW, 3d6, mark down your result. Next, dexterity, DEX, 3d6, mark down your result. Next, appearance, APP, 3d6, mark down the result. Those are your base attributes. Got a few more. These ones are not 3d6. They're slightly different. So you can have size, SIZ. It's 2d6 plus 6. Okay? Also, intelligence, INT, 2d6 plus 6. So mark that down as well, the total result. Last one with the dice, I believe, is education, EDU. And that is going to be 3d6 plus 3. 3d6 plus 3 for your total education. And your last base attribute is your sanity, and that is your power times 5. Okay, so those are all of your base characteristics, as they call it. Let's see, you also are going to have your damage bonus. That's a table on page 36. So that's anything in melee, but basically you add your strength and size together, and it tells you what your damage bonus should be based on that. So if you're in the 17 to 24 range, as many will be, then it's 0, no damage bonus. If you're lower than 17, you're minus a d4. If you're higher than 24, you're plus a d4. So I'll give you those for free, but the table's on page 36 of your rule book, okay? Now you're also going to have your idea roll. That's your intelligence times 5. These are derived characteristics. Your luck, which is your power times 5. Your knowledge, which is your education times 5. Damage bonus, which we covered. Mythos, which we're not going to delve into the Mythos score spellcasting. My one-shots don't include it, don't allow it anyway, at least off the bat. Like, you may cast some spells, but you won't begin with any. Okay, other derived characteristics, your health points or hit points, add your constitution and your size, divide that by 2. You can round up if you have a decimal point as well. So that's your health point. Con plus size divided by 2. You may round that up if you want. Those are your hit points. Don't have to worry about magic. Don't have to worry about sanity points are going to be equal to your sanity score. Okay, and in a one-shot, you probably don't even need to keep track of the difference between the two. Okay, now we're going to go through your occupation here. So I've just covered all that. So I will read off the big list of occupations. So remember, you have your character in mind. You know what you want him to be. So I'm going to read this list off. And if any of those sound like his occupation, even close to it, write that down. And then you'll have the short list of ones that could be applicable to him. Then just pick one of those, okay? So there's antiquarian, artist, athlete, author, clergyman, criminal, dilettante, doctor of medicine, drifter, engineer, entertainer, farmer, hacker or consultant, if there are no computers invented yet in your setting, journalist, lawyer, military officer, missionary, musician, parapsychologist, pilot, police detective, policeman, private investigator, professor, soldier, spokesperson, tribe member, or zealot. So those are your possible occupations. Now each one of these is going to have a list of skills. And I'm not going to read those off, but you can mark down your occupation and the skills you get to spend on your occupation. I'm going to just double check exactly what that is, just so I know that I'm informing you properly. So let me just skip over to that. Alright, skill points. Okay, so for your occupation, there will be a skill list associated with it, right? So you don't necessarily need that right now when you're making your sheet. You know, because if you're watching me, it's because you don't have the book at all, and that's okay at this point. So I want you to take your education score and multiply it by 20. That is the number of skill points you can spend on your occupational skills. Okay? So your education times 20, whatever that number is, write that down next to your occupation. When you get in the game, tell the Keeper of Arcane Lore, the GM, tell him what your occupation is. He'll give you the skill list. You can spend those points on those skills, okay? So that should go really, really quick and really, really easy for you. So that's your occupational skills. Now you also, everyone gets personal skills, okay? So take your intelligence score, multiply that by 10. And that is how many personal interest skill points you have to spend. So get that number, mark it down with a heading for skills. So skill points, personal skills. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the list of skills. Okay? Now you already have your character in mind, so you know what to listen for. So I'm going to read the big list of skills out to you. Any skills your character might have based on what you've written for him, his backstory, who he is in the adventure, just write down the name of that skill. Okay? So I'm going to read the list off. Just write down any that might apply to your character. So the big list is accounting, anthropology, archaeology, art, astronomy, bargain, biology, chemistry, climb, computer use, conceal, craft, credit rating, disguise, dodge. Everyone should probably write down dodge. And I'll tell you, your base dodge is your dexterity score times 2. So that's your base dodge. Everyone should probably write that one down. Next we have drive automobile or drive horses. They're the same gimmick. Electrical repair, electronics, fast talk, first aid, fist, to punch someone, geology, grapple, to wrestle someone, handgun, headbutt, to headbutt someone, hide, history, jump, foot, to kick someone, Law, library use, listen. Everyone might want to record listen because the keeper may ask you to listen at some point. Locksmith, machine gun, martial arts, mechanical repair, medicine, natural history, navigate, occult, operate heavy machinery, other language. So you can write down any additional language your character may know. In Call of Cthulhu, or Call of Cthulhu, or Call of Tulu, or however you want to pronounce it, language skill can be very, very, very important. So keep track of what languages you speak. For your own language, it begins at education ×5. I'll mention that as well. Next, after language, we have persuade, pharmacy, photography, physics, piloting. Piloting can be for aircraft or boats. Psychoanalysis, psychology. Everyone might want to write down psychology because that's how you detect if someone's lying. That's your empathy skill. Next we have ride, rifle, shotgun, sneak, spot hidden. Everyone might want to write down spot hidden. The default for spot hidden is 25%. Submachine gun, swim, throw, and track. So those are all of your skills. Okay? So you've got how many points you can spend in your skills. Now you've got, hopefully, a list of skills to spend those points on. The occupational skills will be drawn from that same list. So they'll be bought with separate points, but they're all the exact same. It's just how many points do you have to spend on what. That's the only difference. Not every skill starts at 0. I mentioned dodging starts higher. It's your dex ×2. I think I mentioned that spot hidden starts at 20. So whatever the base is, so spot hidden starts at 20, and then every point you spend increases that by 1. Most skills start at 1. You have a 1% chance of success. So all you need to do is determine how many skills you spend on each of those things you've now written down. So once you have rolled your attributes, you've got your derived statistics, you've got your occupational skills, which are drawn from a narrow list, but you tend to get more points to spend on that. And then you've got your personal skills, which are drawn from that great big list I gave you. And pretty much all skills start at 1. Not all of them do, so it's always a good idea to check with the keeper, especially right when you're making the rolls. But basically, that's all you need to know to make your character. Okay, those rolls, the derived stats, the occupational skills you can do at the table because it'll be a short list, and you can spend those points very quickly. And then personal skills from that big list, any that apply to your character, start at 1 and just spend your points to increase. Each 1 point increases it by 1. Okay, very, very easy. That's all you need to make your Call of Cthulhu character, or Call of Cthulhu, or however you want to pronounce it. So now hopefully I'll get fewer PMs and fewer people asking me to help them make their character, because I hate human interaction. So I look forward to seeing you at the table with Call of Cthulhu 6th edition, playing some games. I am now making pre-gens available for my games as well, but this way you can make yours with a minimum of fuss, and you can be more customized and more involved in the scenario at hand. I would definitely recommend, just get the rule book, and it's just as easy as I said, and then you'll know the base stats and the occupation lists. You have a slightly better idea of how everything works, but it's actually very, very rules light. To shoot, you just roll your gun skill. If you get shot, you get to roll dodge to not get shot. If you are shot, then they roll damage against your hit points. If you hit 0 hit points, you die. So it's very, 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 very simple. It's very noob friendly. That's why I have now decided to include pre-gens, and why I'm making this video because noobs can do it. Just follow the steps I outlined. And that's about it. Let me know if I forgot anything. Let me know it in the comments below. And until I see you again, good day and good gaming.